Take two. We're going to see if this works. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. For whatever reason, my OBS froze up on me and all the streaming stopped. So I'm a little farther away from, from the wireless, and I don't have it wired. I'm going to have to probably figure out how to get it closer to the thing, and I'm guessing that's why it crapped out. So, take two. Hopefully, this will be better. I'm very excited tonight because I got something very cool in the... Hi, Erica. Anyway, new house. You can't really see because it's kind of dark, but this is going to be, this whole giant space is going to be the Lego room, and you can hear it being echoey. That's because there's no rugs or anything. There's no wall hangings to keep it from being echoey. So new digs, new space, and I'm going to commemorate it with an early Wednesday stream by building, you guessed it, the free thing that you get for May the 4th. No, I'm kidding. Of course, we're going to be doing this tonight. We're going to be doing the A-Wing, the Ultimate Collector Series A-Wing. I'm super excited about this. I'm also going to be turning on, I'm going to be doing just an hour and a half build tonight, and then I'm going to do a time lapse of the rest of it. So, because I don't want to stream for 4 hours or whatever, I'm just going to put together a couple time lapses, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so this was the thing that you get for a May the 4th Star Wars build, and Beth is going to build that Sunday. We're going to get back into the things where she builds something and I talk about Degrassi. Because the people have spoken and they say they miss Beth. So she's going to slap on some makeup and do up her hair and wear a nice outfit. As per no one's request but her own. So anyway, let's get to building. Again, I'm going to start a time lapse. So hopefully, I got a whole new rig that I built out of Lego for the webcam and the time lapse, which is my phone. So hopefully there won't be too many jump cuts in the way. Hey, new place, looks awesome. Can't wait to see it in person. I can't wait for everybody to see it in person, Erica. It's so great. If you guys want, we can do, with you and James, we can do a Zoom thing, and we'll show you the whole place. It's really rather fantastic. Now that we have air conditioning, it's even better. Just a basic shiner tonight because I bought some earlier and I haven't finished them. So let's get to building. So this, the French, La Chasseur A-Wing. I don't know why it's, I guess French for starfighter is La Chasseur, which I thought Chasseur was a car, but my French may be out of date. In French, Star Wars is Le Guerre d'Étoiles, means the War of Stars. But because it's a literal translation, it is just Star Wars. Actually, I think they do have posters that say Le Guerre d'Étoiles. I don't know why I just opened both of those sides. Anyway, this is, I'm very excited about this. I haven't got a UCS Star Wars set since the Tantive 4, since the, this isn't like an open box like this, it's just a side open box. So I'm very excited about this. I don't know how many bags there's going to be, there's at least 9. I haven't got anything, didn't get like the Millennium Falcon or the B-Wing or the bag 1. Good, we're going to hang on to that one. Or the Slave 1 or any of the other ships. I got the early sets with the TIE Interceptor and the X-Wing and, like I said, the Tantive 4. And that's also up for some debate, Tantive or Tantive. I know a lot of people say Tantive. This is always a good sign when they just send you that. That's just in the box. I don't know if it's going to be worth dumping all these out. I may have to dig through these one at a time. So let's put some of these back, because I already got bag 1 here. I may have to just spill these out onto the floor. Oh, the other thing is, there's no tile in here, so this rolly chair, just goes, it's just hardwood. It goes all over the place. I love it. We definitely traded up. This house is fantastic. We've got a nice little TV room, den that's just like big enough for a, oh, this music is a no, thank you. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, it's great. It's really fun. So this isn't an idea set. I don't know if I'm going to keep the box, but I'm very excited. This was my May the 4th purchase. This is my, well, it wasn't even a purchase. This was payment for working on my friend's house. If you've paid attention to the last few, before we moved, the few streams, I was working on a commission for a friend's house. I will be putting stickers on this. I really hope they're decent stickers, because this will be together forever and it will be displayed somewhere. So I'm hoping, and of course this sticker is going to go right on here, just like that. We'll get to those in a second. So here's your instruction booklet, right? Very large, very thick. I'm not going to get through this tonight. This is going to be a monster of a ship. But not the biggest, right? It's only, I don't know how many pieces it says it is, 1,700, 1673. So that's probably going to be about 4 hours of building, would be my guess. Anyway, about the Lego Star Wars design team. Page 1, Chapter 1. Lego Star Wars started in I'm not going to read that. So the A-Wing is my second favorite starfighter. It's my favorite to play ever since X-Wing TIE Fighter. But my favorite of all time is the B-Wing, which now I want to go back and get the UCS B-Wing. So anyway, I'm going to go back and read this later. Let's just get into the builds, because this is all in French and then in Spanish, and we don't really want to read that. So a little bit of that's what your stud or your brick separator's for. Let's get to building. All right, so we're going to have, how many bags do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 11 bags. All right, so 11 total bags. All right, so bag 1, here we go. So I hope everyone's having a good quarantine. I'm going to Google the Death Star book. It has to be like an anthology. Oh yeah, like the build the instructions for it. It's got to be huge. Millennium Falcon is like ridiculous. I mean, you saw how big this box was. This is a third the amount of pieces that the Falcon is. Even with our new place, we're not going to have, I wouldn't have room to put the UCS Falcon anyway. I have yet to put up anything in my Lego room. All the drawers are moved in. Everything's still bagged or shrink wrapped, or all the drawers are taped shut. We've barely got our regular stuff unpacked. Like, we're still working on clothes and stuff. So I'm going to do something real quick. See if I can drum up some viewing on here. Oh, come on. This is good viewing right here. So Kaylee's loving this place. She gets a lot more freedom, a lot more time to roam around and space to roam around. Everybody's just loving the place. But yes, we did move in with no air conditioning, so that was fun, which seems to be a habit of ours. We move in with no air conditioning to a new place. But it'll be fun. I'm excited for our new place. I need a thing. I need a thing to put instructions on because this glare is disruptive. So I think my friend Glenn is not going to be here tonight. He usually holds down the fort with some comments. But he's like, I just got a thing that says, Wednesday, you bastard. I was like, yeah, sorry. I didn't want to wait 3 days to have to do this. So the reason I'm doing it tonight and not tomorrow is that despite the fact that we're all working from home, there are things that you still can't do as an IT person during the day. And that couple of things like reboot your or rebuild your Exchange server. So tomorrow night, my boss and I will be online while we have a vendor finish out a job that we've been working on for a couple months, and the excuse me, the rest of the world got in the way of that, and so that got pushed back. Excuse the cough. It's not COVID. I have crappy lungs. I'm an ex-smoker, and I have had several bouts of pneumonia, and I just get these coughing fits every once in a while. It's not great, but I'm not running a fever. We've been carefully isolating ourselves, doing as minimal external stuff as we can, like getting groceries and whatnot. I just have junky lungs, and so every once in a while I get these fits. I wake up in the middle of the night coughing. Even now, or even before this started, I was doing that. It's just not great. Which is why I quit smoking. So this week was May the 4th, and I celebrated it by watching all the Star Wars movies. And I say all, I mean the 11 releases. I didn't watch Clone Wars, the movie, and I didn't watch the holiday special, which I think technically is canon, but it's like a low-level canon. It's like a C-level canon. But I did watch all the prequels, and I watched all the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, and then Rogue One and goodness, my brain's not working. Solo. And I have to say, now that that's over, and now that the Clone Wars show is officially over with its final episode. I'm a bit sad. It's like a section of my life is over. And I mean, I knew this was coming. I knew that they were going to stop making the movies eventually. They couldn't go on forever. But this all hit about the same time. Clone Wars final series was out. That's done. The movies were done last year. So that's done. But also, I found out this week that I've been playing Battlefront for 5 years now. And the support and the updates for Battlefront have stopped. They're not going to do any more updates for it. And so the last update was Scarif, and it was kind of a weak update. They didn't. They added a bunch of things that a lot of people already had, like skins and things, and then. And then on top of that, they did, that shouldn't go in. Oh, there's a piece missing. Hey, Beth. Erica says hi. Erica says hi. Oh my goodness. Erica says hi.
Hi, Erica.
She says hi back, Erica. She saw you join in Facebook, and then you went and let the dogs out. So yeah, so I feel a little sad. The thing I equated to is like the first time you finally finish reading The Lord of the Rings, and it's such an investment to read that you get to the end of it, and you're kind of like, well, now I'm sad because first of all, it's like 8 endings, and each one is just like pulling your heart out more and more. And you're like, yes, I know. They're saying goodbye to the whole. And this is the end of this time, this age of whatever, and now it's really sad. So Erica says Lincoln has loved the Disney Plus Lego Star Wars shorts. They're super campy based on the cinematic universe. Neat. You know what I am looking forward to is the Star Wars Lego Complete, the Skywalker Saga, that's coming out soonish. I think June. I'm very excited about that. I played that a lot. Not even gonna lie. As an adult, I played it probably not as much as my son did. He played it a lot. But we're both excited for for that to come out. That is a completionist nightmare too. That is like you've got to get 100% Jedi coins, whatever, on every stage, or else you're worth nothing. So that'll be a fun waste of my life. But, you know, if Battlefront's over, I don't know if I'm going to continue playing it. I love the game, but I mean, if there's no updates, I'm just going to be, you know, playing just because I like playing it. But I think that might die off after a while. I'm playing now the PlayStation put out Uncharted, 3 chapters of Uncharted. So I've been playing that, and I'm almost done with the 3rd one. Oh, this is getting intricate, yo. Look at that. During this stream. What's up, Pug King? Thanks for coming by, man. Hope your Wednesday is going well. I am excited for this build. I'm glad you're here to share in the excitement. Again, I'm not going to finish this tonight. Don't anybody say, oh, just stay up all night. I'm not going to do it. As much as I want to, this is one of those things where I may keep the rest until like Saturday morning and then just finish it then with the time lapse, because there's no way I'm going to do this in one sitting. Mostly because I'm old and my butt will start hurting, but you know. Oh, there's a step up here with a bunch of stuff. Let's not skip stuff, Ben. So we've got 2 of these. Okay, there's 1. There needs to be 2 more. There's 2. And is there a Star Wars being built? There is, Doc. Hey man, how's it going? There's a Star War happening. Here's some money. Go buy a Star War. Yeah, we're doing the A-Wing, man. Le Chasseur A-Wing. Casa Estella A-Wing. Or as I like to say, the A-Wing. All right, they've got one of these going on, but I can't see where. Oh, now I can. Okay. Good enough for me. How's life, Doc? All right, 1, 2. All right, cool. I got that bit. Moving on. Gotta remember to keep this all in frame because of the time lapse. And again, I'm building to you live from our new house. Uh-oh. That is off. Well, that's just ducky. Now I gotta go back and look why it's off. That's right. That's right. That's not right. Okay, well, there's already a conundrum here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. UCS, fancy, yeah. I was saying earlier that this is the first UCS I've purchased since like the initial glut of 1999 through 2002 or whatever. Tana V4, X-Wing, TIE Interceptor. Those are the ones I had. I didn't get the Slave 1. I got no Millennium Falcons. I have no Star Destroyers of any kind. This is the first one. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right, so something is amiss. And I don't know what it is. So I'm going to back up and start all over. Got that. That's right. No, this needs to go down farther. I think. Yeah, that needs to go down farther. Okay. Well, that's an easy fix, I hope. I think that's just one hole too far down. And that goes like here, and this goes like here. Yeah, Technic is not my strength either sometimes, I feel. Alright, that should be good. And now we win. Now's the time on Sprockets when we win. Alright. Oh, good. That's done. Put that right there. What you making, says Chris. I'm making the UCS A-Wing. Happiness. I'm not going to finish it tonight, but we're working on it. I'm trying my hand at some, not here, but up here. I got my camera going, taking some stop motion. So Chris, I can do an actual video later, not a live stream. I'm just going to upload a video. Which means I'm going to spend entirely too much time trying to figure out a nice little thing to put in front of it. I have no graphics. I have no title cards. I have nothing. So I'm just going to slap something on it and being done with it. Tempted. I built Dom's Dodge Charger yesterday. Oh, nice. That's one I'd still like to get. I still want to get that and the Mustang and the Fiat. There's a lot of stuff I want to get. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If the music is too loud, let me know because it's kind of right on top of everything in there. Oh, hi, Kitty. Kitty wants to say hello. All right, now here's where we screwed up last time, so let's not do this again. This goes like this. Should be easy. This is the exact opposite of what we just built on the other side. It's 1,673 bricks. I only know because I looked at that earlier. 1,673 pieces. So ballpark, 12. It's just a few. Smart ass. My cat has not enjoyed the move here, that's for sure. He's been sneezy and yelly and meowy, and cats don't like moving. The dogs are loving it. They're like all over the place. They like the new yard and they like the new house to run around in. Allie's finding all kinds of new ways to regurgitate on stuff. Kaylee's only pooped in the house 3 times. It's like, you were potty trained. We saw you. We saw you not poop in the old house. What's up, yo? She says, I don't know, man. The new place. It gots to have my poops. And we say, all right, well, just a couple, and then you're going to have to stop. Did you set up AC? Well, wait a minute. Go back. Keep all the bricks on the table. Don't accidentally shove them up your butt. Well, I mean, this is only the first bag. I got 11 bags to deal with. Something's going to end up there. It's just the law of averages, man. Did you set up AC? Yes, we finally got our AC working. It was the blower on the AC, not the actual AC unit outside, but the thing inside, the fan, basically, is old, and I don't even know the component that went out. A component of the blower went out, which tends to happen when power gets shut off and then stays off for a while, and then you turn it right back on, and it just is expected to work. I mean, that's happened to us several times. Usually what happens is it'll happen at the beginning of the summer when you haven't used your AC for a while. It'll go, what, I'm supposed to be in use? And then it'll die. But in this case, it was off for 2 weeks because there wasn't anybody living here and there was no power. So when it got kicked back on, I'm fairly sure that's what happened. But yeah, now that's on and it's wonderful and we love it. It's a very nice place and we're very excited to be here. Hey, my dad's on Facebook. What's up, Dad? I hope you're doing well. Rowan got your card, by the way. You can send those directly to her. You don't have to send them to us. She's an adult. She's a 19-year-old person. She can get her own cards. We don't have to hand deliver them anymore. But thank you. That was very sweet of you guys to send her something. But this sounds like a whole new world. Brave New World. It's a different animal. Whoa. Whoa. Feels different from what I did on the other one. Huh. All right. Probably because it is. Uh-oh, getting technical in here. So I'm very excited to be back doing this stuff. I really enjoy doing it. I really enjoy building, and I like streaming. How many hours did it take you to design your friend's house in Lego? So it was 3 sittings, I think. 2 or 3. Let's say 2 because it was maybe only 2. So that's 3 hours. And then it was like a whole 2 or 3 hours for the next couple days. So I'm going to say like 9 or 10 hours, all told. And I'm still not completely done because I'm doing instructions for it. And that's going to take a little while. But with COVID, the idea was, hey, I'm just going to design this, and then I'll go over to your house, and we'll buy the bricks, we'll have it delivered to your house, and then I'll just bring my computer with the design, and we'll just put it together based off the design. That way I don't have to worry about instructions. But now that I won't be able to do that, I'm going to try to do instructions in studio and then send those to him, and then just kind of hope that works out. We got an Xbox creator in Mixer. Hey, man, thanks for coming by. And Callum, good seeing you. Appreciate you being here. You're so bad at Minecraft in real life. Yeah, I'm not farming well here. I have honestly never played Minecraft. When it initially came out, everyone was like, dude, video game Lego. It's so right up your alley. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. My son picked it up, and he's a whiz at it, and he's built lots of stuff. But the first time I watched him play it, I was like, I'm getting nauseated watching this. It's just so much weird movement. Reminded me of old Quake, just like the way it moved. I couldn't handle it. I'm looking for that piece. Thanks for the sparks. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is from Cam F. Harry. Appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, it took a while to get it designed. But again, I think there will be more hours spent getting the instructions done. Especially considering that the instructions will also require a couple redesigns of things once I get involved, once I get down to that point. And, all right. And this just, okay, like that. Perfect. Because sometimes I build up the instructions layer by layer. Usually just start with like a base thing. This is going to be 2 base plates, so I'm basically just building like a 3D printer, printing it all up. Thanks, Callum. Appreciate it. And there's invariably something where you get to like where the roof starts and you're like, oh, I didn't shore that up at all. I'm going to have to redo that. So it changes the parts list, and it changes how many you have of a certain thing. I do have a lot of parts already that I'm going to kind of kick in for this just because I want to keep the cost down. So I'm going to fork over some brick for it. Should help. But we'll see. I hope it turns out well. I think the design's great. It was a lot of fun to do. I hadn't done anything before like that. And I hope I can do stuff like that again. And again, this was payment for it. So, I mean, I would do that all the time. Someone says, hey, I will give you... Hi, Wes. Yes, this is the A-Wing. This is the UCS A-Wing. This is going to be the boring part because I'm only going to do this for like another hour or so, and it's going to be this boring, crappy internal stuff. But once I'm done doing this, I've got a time lapse going. I'll string it all together, and you can all watch the finished product that way. I'll put that up on YouTube later. I'm going to do a Chris Pierce. I'm going to do a video. Y'all watch out. I'm not going to draw or drop some wicked knowledge about comics, but you know. Okay. I'm not a parkour master. I will not be attempting any parkour shenanigans on my video. I feel like sometimes I should have got into doing videos earlier. We did a couple of them when we were like in high school, and for class, and I really enjoyed making them. And I don't know why I didn't stick with it. And I look back on that and go, you know, of course, when I was in high school, there wasn't even internet. So, I mean, what would I have been sticking with, really? I guess just making videos. But, you know, videotape was expensive, and you had to overwrite it every time. It was a different world, my friend. It's my favorite Star Wars ship. Is it? I was talking about that earlier. The A-Wing is my favorite to play in Battlefront, and it is one of my favorite ships. It's maybe my second or third, probably second. The B-Wing is my favorite. It's just so weird. I love weird stuff like that. Like somebody went through a lot of trouble to design something that looked really messed up, like the B-Wing. And I think that probably sparked a lot of design elements for future designers too, in Legends materials and things like that. I just think the B-Wing's amazing. It was my favorite toy when I got it too, because it just made no sense. All right, that piece. Oh, okay. So gear there, that piece there. These two come together. Okay. Ta-da. Wow. This is going to be some internal bit. I don't know what that's for yet. Kids these days don't know. That's right, man. I had a toy replica of it when I was a kid, and I just liked it because it was the fastest and most maneuverable. So I used to play, back in the day, X-Wing TIE Fighter on PC. That's when you had to have like a really F-off joystick with like 12 buttons, and you had to play with the keyboard, and it was just a monster of a game, and I loved it. There has not been like a real good combat sim like that, in my opinion, since. There's been close things, just the depth and the ability to do certain things. And anyway, the A-Wing was my favorite in that game because you got to do the reconnaissance missions, and it was fast enough to outrun the turbo lasers of a Star Destroyer. So if you really wanted to kill some time, you could spend all day going after a Star Destroyer with just your X-Wing, and you could, or just your A-Wing, and you could kill it. It would take you hours because you had to like whittle it down. It would have its little shield number that you could just keep pounding away at. You have to take out all the guns, then you'd have to take all the shield generators, then you'd have to just whittle away at the hull until it was dead. But it was so worth it because at the end you're like, I took down a GD Star Destroyer. So much fun. But yeah, so that's when I realized that was one of my favorites. Also, yes, B-Wings are wacky. What was that one game that had the protagonist started in a B-Wing? I I don't know that it started in a B-Wing. I know that X-Wing TIE Fighter had an expansion pack where you got to finally be in a B-Wing. There was another game after that called, oh man, X-Wing Alliance. And I don't know if you started in a B-Wing in that one. You basically then had to leave the Rebel Alliance and you had to go work with like not a smuggling family, but a trader family, like shipping and trading and stuff like that. Maybe that did start you off in a B-Wing. I don't remember. It's been a while. Or maybe it was a game that I hadn't played, so I don't know. Like, I don't know if Rogue Squadron started you off in a B-Wing or whatever. That seems like it would be a dick move to put you in a B-Wing to start, because those things are ridiculously hard to pilot. Dash Rendar or something, he had a beard. Yeah, Dash Rendar he was part of the, oh, you know what? He was part of the Shadows of the Empire series. Was Dash Rendar? That was all extended universe stuff. So that might have been it. Yeah, I forgot about that. But again, that may have been the X-Wing Alliance series. I'm not sure. Flip back over. And this guy goes under here. Was it X-Wing Alliance or was it Shadows of the Empire? Shadows of the Empire was this thing that I keep thinking of stuff sticking in my hand. I feel like they're going to be doing with the High Alliance or the High Republic coming up. Is that it's going to be this thing that's going to be everything but a video game or everything but a movie, right? And Shadows of the Empire was basically everything but a movie. It was video game, it was toys, it was comic books, it was novels. The only thing it didn't have was a movie. I'm a little sad that there weren't any Lego sets for it when they finally got around to it, but it was extended universe stuff, or Legends, so they weren't really able to go back and do any of that. Which is kind of sad. There's just such a trove of stuff that was really good about the extended universe. There was a lot of junk, but there was a lot of good stuff too. Yeah, I had the speeder from the toys. Yep. I've actually done a design for Prince Gizor's Virago ship too, as a microfighter. Somebody's done an Outrider for Dash Rendar. You can buy Dash Rendar custom microfighter from this shop, Big Kid Bricks. So yeah, I mean, it can be done. So Wes, I know you went through your watch of all the movies. Did you also, or I guess some of the movies, are you caught up on Clone Wars? Have you watched the end of that? I'm tired of these Skywalkers. Give me anything else from the Star Wars universe. Yeah. Well, the High Republic's coming out. All that stuff's coming out this year, I think. So you'll get what you get with that, I guess. But you'll get something. Does that only go halfway? Yes. Okay. Blip. And there's something else that goes on this. Oh my goodness. This is complicated. No, I can't get into it for various reasons. I've tried. I just want Rogue Squadron movie. I jumped when Wedge showed up in episode 9. Yeah, that was really great. Like, I think I slapped Beth. I was just like, oh my God, it's Wedge. And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh, never mind. I was like, he's the dude who blew up the second Death Star. Copy Gold Leader. I'm already on my way out. Hey, bug. So on that note, I want there to be more Alphabet Squadron. I want there to be maybe a movie or a show about Alphabet Squadron. I think that would be pretty great. I want more pilot stuff. Like I'm good with the Force and the Jedis and stuff like that. I think I'm full up on that now, but I want some good old-fashioned Rogue Squadron kind of things. I'm with you on that. I've always been a big Starfighter story pilot person. Oh, hi, Kat. Yeah, you don't get to be up here. I mean, free country, I guess. Just sit. Thank you. You're going to be the star of the show, and you're not even going to realize it. It's going to look really funny on the time-lapse. There's this cattail. What you doing up here, buddy? Though, technically, Anakin and Rey were both crack ace pilots. That's true, but they weren't... That wasn't the... I mean, they were good pilots because they were Jedi. Trivia fact, those Jedi interceptors, the Delta 7s, Delta 7Bs, and then the interceptors that looked like really small TIE fighters. They had the ball with the wings and the kind of front like that. They didn't have shields on them. Every other clone craft had a shield on it, had a shield generator, but the Jedi's ships did not, because the Jedi never took any hits, never took any damage. Well, with exception. But since they could avoid almost every shot taken at them, why put a shield generator on them? And it made them faster and lighter. So, a bit of trivia knowledge there for you, if you didn't already know that. Putting gears together. Hey, I got a follow from X Little Squiggle. Thanks, man. And I got a follow from You Thanos. I appreciate the follows, people. Thank you so much. And I got some sparks. That is super rad. Thanks, everybody. Did they ever try to explain how it works with Arabesh? Why are the ships named after English alphabet letters? Probably because Arabesh wasn't really a thing until, I don't know. I think they actually have, and I'm not really sure. Uh-oh, I have to push that all the way through now, too. I think they actually have tried to explain why that is. Something about it, I don't know, phonetically being an issue or something, I don't know. You could look it up and let me know. All right. We got spinny stuff in here. That does a thing, right? Makes those guys go up and down. Woot. Bam. All right. Well, it says to do this. Do that. Okay. It's done. All right. Bag 2. Ooh. I think that was probably a missing piece. That looks important. Oh well. The rest of these are just, whatever. One by one stuff. Alright, so hunting down bag 2, but has there ever been a retcon to explain it? No, I don't think, not in the movies anyway. But I bag 2. Go with bag 2. I don't know if they've explained it in the movies. I have never heard of anything like that. They may have talked about it at some point in either a novel or like a guide to warfare or something. Thanks for all the sparks, man. Appreciate that, guys. You're too kind here on a Wednesday. You would have thought in a book like Alphabet Squadron, they would have mentioned that. The Uka Duka wing, yeah. Yeah, the Force shit. All right. I didn't see a second bag 2, so I'm assuming that we're just doing a 1 bag here. Might be able to get through this one tonight. Again, if you're just joining, this is the Ultimate Collector Series A-Wing that I'm very excited. I bought this Friday of last week, and it got here really quick, and I'm very excited. I'm not going to finish it tonight. I will do a time-lapse to finish it, and then you'll see it later on the channel. Hopefully. I've never done a time-lapse before that was successful. Chris says, Comic Trope says, give me your top 5 Star Wars spaceships. Capital ships included, or just starfighters? Let's specify. Okay. What? There's got to be more to this bottom part then. No, all right. Any ship. Wow, okay. All right, well, I'm going to go with my first favorite is the B-Wing. Just because I remember seeing one of my favorite pieces of art. That is weird. There's nothing below that. My favorite pieces of art is a, and you can look this up if you just type B-Wing, image search. There's an image where these 2 B-Wings are racing away from an exploding Star Destroyer. And they're at this angle that makes it look like, you know, you usually see them in a cross like this with the cockpit up here, but they're at this angle that's like 30 degrees. And it's captivating. And that's always stuck with me as one of my favorite images of Star Wars in general. And that ship is just one of my favorites. Hey, Kat, your tail is becoming annoying. So number 1. Number 2, and you say Millennium Falcon, X-Wing, U-Wing, B-Wing, TIE Interceptor. Very cool. I'm going to go a little EU on this. Pourquoi no los dos? Why not 2? Why not the 2? I don't know why not the 2. I don't know why not the 2 what. Wait, he says. I'm going to throw back a little EU stuff here, a little legend stuff. Fuck the B-Wing for Slave 1. Slave 1 I may have included, but it's such it's a cool looking ship, but it, yeah, I'll get back to that one in a second, but my second favorite, I think I'm going to have to go with the Nebulon Ranger, which is a ship from Tales of the Jedi. And it's basically the hero ship from Tales of the Jedi. It's the one that Ulic Qel-Drama and his brother flew around in. And it was that basic, I mean, it really took that asymmetrical Star Wars design and pushed it to the limit. It was, I did my best to build one of my earliest mocks, one of my earliest builds that wasn't a set. My internet is chintzy. It came way too late. Oh, okay. What was I saying? I forget. Anyway, it was this craft that had like a kind of a canopy and then kind of a regular looking like a Y-wing front kind of thing. But then it had like just this bulk behind it with this giant wing that's slanted like this. And then its thrusters were at this weird angle in the back. And the wings would fold up like this when it landed. But every drawing that I saw of it in the comic book was just weird looking. It looked like I don't know how it would fly. And I was so captivated by that that it became one of my favorite ships. I found the original author for the comic book, and I approached him on Facebook, and I'm like, do you know where you got this, where the design for this came from? And he's like, it was from this guy. And then I found that guy, and I'm like, do you have any drawings of this? Because I'm trying to build it out of Lego. And he's like, that's fantastic. The best that I have is like, I mean, because it was kind of in my own mind kind of thing, but somebody did do a render of it, like an actual physical model of it. Not a render, but a model. And he pointed me in the direction of the designer, and I got a hold of a copy of the not a copy, but a visual copy of the model, and was able to do a pretty average build out of Lego. So that's my second favorite ship. After The Mandalorian, I'm legit over Boba Fett. To be fair, yes. It's fun to see The Mandalorian in sort of like a non-Boba Fett thing. Boba Fett was his own deal, you know. It had nothing to do with the Mandalorians. He was just a bounty hunter. Same with Jango Fett, as far as I know. They were just people who happened to have that armor. So far, there's been no relationship between the two. And they've really gone out of their way to like, oh no, they're not Mandalorians. It's like, yeah, we get it. From the Clone Wars to the show to, you know, whatever else. Did I do that right? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so that's B-Wing, Nebulon Ranger. I'm going to go then with the Tantive 4, or Tantive 4, however you want to pronounce it. I'm a big fan of the Corellian Corvette. I love Corellian design aesthetics. I like the fact that we have a fictional universe where there are shipyards that have design aesthetics, right? NCOM has sort of their thing. Sinar Fleet Systems has their own thing. All the Mon Calamari stuff kind of looks the same. You know, it's really kind of cool. I like that. I will say that I really like the Corellian Corvette. It just looks like a tough little all-purpose kind of ship. It's well-armed, it's fast, it's nimble, it's small, it can carry troops, it can, you know, kind of dock a couple fighters. I like it a lot. I will then go with either, it's a tough call because I'm a big fan of the TIE Interceptor, but I may have to go TIE Defender. Just because I think it's a better ship overall. The TIE Interceptor has always been to me kind of a weak ship. It's really cool looking, but I always felt it was really like it's just a coffin on wings. Like there is very little that's going to keep you from just punching out completely in that ship. It's super fast. It's got super powerful quad cannons on its wings, but for the most part, you're a flying toaster. It's just terrible. So I'm going to go with the Defender. I think it's a kind of a cool evolution of the Star Wars, the TIE design. I think it's a good logical evolution of it. So yeah. And then let's see, that's like 3 down, 4 down, 4 down. So number 1, or number 5, I guess. I'm going to go A-Wing. I really like the A-Wings. Big fan. I've got so many likes and dislikes in stuff. I mean, the Razor Crest, the new Razor Crest from Mandalorian is a cool ship. I really like it. It hasn't grown on me as like my favorite or anything, but it's still a pretty cool ship. I like trader ships and smuggler ships because they're functional as well as being cool looking. And since Boba is Jango's clone, I count them as the same person. Yeah, it's hard to kind of they tried to do a lot with Boba in the Clone Wars. His little upbringing with. Oh, I can already tell this is going to drive me crazy. This. Nope. But they didn't really go into his like adolescence and into young adulthood when he probably started becoming more of the bounty hunter. He's just kind of a brat that hung out with bounty hunters, and that was a little frustrating. 2 of these. Again, I just need to be putting this here so people can see it on the video being built. Show, don't tell. Right in here, right? Nope, farther up, way farther up. They go all the way in? No. Okay, just like that. Simple, easy peasy. So those are my top 5 at the moment. I'm sure if I thought about it a little bit, I liked playing certain ships in Battlefront. I think the Arcaten's light cruiser is a really cool ship. I think the Gazanti cruisers are a really cool ship. I was always a fan of the Starwing gunboat from the original X-Wing TIE Fighter games. So, it depends on what day you get me. The Millennium Falcon was a good ship, and I really liked the way it looked. But I think it was just kind of overused. Like, it was the ship that couldn't fail. You can ram it into a planet. You can fly through a bunch of trees. It survives just about everything. And yet, it's super fragile. Like, its components are just waiting to break down. That's a good question. Thanks, Chris. I don't often get that question. Talking to people like that about Star Wars always freaks me out because I'm like, okay, how am I going to open up on this? That's a new, I didn't get that piece. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's like, how much do I really want to go in on this and just let them watch their eyes glaze over as they're like, oh crap, I didn't really mean to do that. The whole thing is on fire. It's on fire. ×2. Dagnabbit. I hate when they do that. Say ×2 at the beginning. Alright. One of those. One of these. I think I'm more partial to starfighters than anything, but I do like some cruisers, some big ships. Like the Lucre Hulk ships are really cool. It's a very unique design. It was kind of cool to see at the beginning of Phantom Menace. The CIS in general had a bunch of great craft. I'm not a huge fan of like the droid starfighters and stuff, but with the exception of the Interceptor, the droid Interceptor is just a beast. I love it. I don't think I want to listen to this either. Oh, I got a bad mix going on here. Nope, I'm okay. I'm okay. You're okay. We're all okay. Two of these. Okay, one more. So I'm trying to think of what my next big binge thing is because I'm in the middle of Star Trek of Next Generation, so I'll probably finish that out. But after that, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Marvel movies again? Everybody else seems to be watching Community, and I've seen Community. I don't want to watch it again. So I don't know. Yeah, and I can already tell my butt is hurting. This is why old men should not do streams like this in an uncomfy chair. Oh, joystick. Alright, so we already have a joystick and a chair. That's pretty cool. Nice. Getting into more of the brick built stuff. I appreciate this. I don't know. I think I could do this in one sitting, maybe. I mean, I only have 9 more bags to go, and it's been an hour, a little over an hour. So I will say, the end of the Clone Wars last season was really good. It was very, very good. But also, the last 4 episodes, just so awesome. It was all about Ahsoka and Maul, and it was just beautiful. And it kind of interlaced with what was happening at the end of Return of the Sith, or Revenge of the Sith. So you got touchstones along the way, like Obi-Wan's going to Utapau to deal with General Grievous, or Anakin's going to Mustafar, and then you get everybody kind of reacting to him going to the dark side, and it was really good. But the music, and I don't know if you can hear this in the background, but the music was all like this kind of Vangelis, Blade Runner, kind of eerie, ethereal, which is kind of unusual for the show, because the show is generally... All right, man. Thanks for being here, Wes. Good talking to you, brother. Thanks for being here. So yeah, the music was fantastic, because it's usually sort of a military sounding, very Star Wars-y, very marchy, kind of dependent on the planet they were on, but in general, very kind of positive and uplifting and whatever. Very typical kind of feel. But this was just like, it was creepy. It was downright creepy, and I loved it, because it went along with the, you know what's going to happen. You know what happens to all these people. Nothing new is going to happen here. This person's going to die. This person is not. All these people make it. All these people don't. Everything changes. And so you're left just kind of watching it all unfold, and it kind of sits in your gut, in your chest a little bit. It was really quite good. Like, I hope the music designers and composers win something for it, because it was just outstanding. Really a high point of the whole show to me. All right, this says 2. I like these in that dark red, man. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Don't want to get a hair in there. Watch out now. So I really hope this time lapse works out. I've got to try to keep the stand where it is and just put my phone back up there, because I'm not going to finish it tonight. So the next time you see it, it's going to be all brightly lit from the... This is very cool, because I can have when the sun's out, and if I'm doing this kind of at evening, I get to see the street and people walking around and stuff. It's kind of nice. All right, it says those are shiny. I guess those are shiny. So how's everyone else doing? I think we're butting up against the, I'm really getting tired of staying in my house time frame. The darkest timeline, the stupidest timeline. I'm not yet. There's a lot where I think I've over the hump of kind of the depression that I was in for a little bit, but I know a lot of people aren't. It's just, and it may flare back up depending, but I think moving helped. I'm in a new place. There's stuff where I can focus my attentions and energies, like getting things set up and unpacked and building and streaming and stuff. So, and work. I don't get to see the kids, and that's a little sad. And the kids' grandpa died last week. So that's a kind of a thing that's happening now, and it's not great. 2020 is just not the greatest year. And we're all just kind of, there's a great meme where somebody says, me waking up every day since January 1st. 2, 3, 4. And it's a picture of Picard, and he's just sitting there in his chair, and he says, damage report. It's like, yep. All right, so this is going to have to go where? It's going to line up with that. Okay. That's, I think, where it gets confusing for younger builders, too. It's like, where does that piece go once you've got it all built out? But I don't know, maybe it doesn't. So getting this set makes me want to go back and see if I can find a couple of the other ones so I can display them. Or go back and rebuild the ones that I've got. But I don't know if I've got, I may not have all the parts for it. And I dang well know I don't have the stickers for some of them. Because the old stickers were junk. And they just shredded. It was not good. So I could put the set back together, but they won't be, you know, they won't have the stand, or they won't have the... It sounds like Tron. It sounds like the Tron video game, actually. Almost exactly like it. Alright, where does that weird-ass piece go? Excuse me, where's that weird piece go? Uh-oh. Oh, nope, did that wrong. Oh. It says right here, here's how you do it. And guess what? I didn't. What's up, Rachel? Rachel from down the street. Rachel, whose parents we live right next to now. That's weird. It's just as weird. It's just weird. There we go. So I'm hopeful for the High Republic stuff, but I just don't know if it's going to hold my attention, especially if it's going to be in comic books. I don't know that I'm going to get them if they're comic books. I may get a couple of the novels, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might be able to break into bag 3 tonight. I also, part of my thing is to get some LEDs for these mows, because it gets so hot in here. So part of the move was also that I bought some adult things. I bought lawn care equipment. And I'm vowing to take better care of our yard. Just so I don't have to hear it from our landlord. You know, you want your yard to look nice, kind of thing, I guess. But I also don't want to hear from the landlord that the HOA is contacting him and giving him guff about things. So, mow and water. Oh, look at that chair. Look at that. Sexy, maybe? Kind of cool looking. It's a nice chair, right? With a little joystick right there. Alright, one more bag. At least for now. Pop this open and see how it goes. probably a mistake. So I'm going to do this in about 10 minutes. I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to do this all day Saturday. I almost said all day tomorrow, but got stuff to do tomorrow, like working. So yeah, I have to do I don't have to actually do anything, but we have a vendor who's going to be doing most of the work for a mail server decommissioning on Thursday, which means I have to be available, and we're going to be on the phone with them while they do it. So if anything goes wrong, we can help out. I'm hoping nothing goes wrong. I like all the dark red. Probably one of my favorite colors in LEGO in the recent decades. It's a tenuous step at best. Ooh, I like this song. It's creepy. Oh, neat. 1x3 in dark red. Very cool. Oh, I think we're building the tail fins for the engines. Super long lift bar. Oh, this sounds like a song I would have been dancing to at a club in college. Oh, interesting. All right. Oh, what if you could add some extra bricks in just for fun? Yeah, you know, probably like right in there, in that little frame, I'm just going to stick a clam and maybe an owl. For no reason. The problem is all my stuff is like really not accessible. It's all kind of put away. So I'd have to go dig for it to get it out. Just to be fun, just to put stuff in there. Well, that was a fun song. I kind of want more of that song. Oh, 4. Okay. Put 4 of these guys in here. These guys are going. Got a right side, left side. Ah. I'm going to, after this, go relax and watch some Star Trek. It hasn't been a rough day or anything, just kind of want to wind it down. Oh, really? When did I miss those pieces? Oh my goodness, like way back then. And then, here we go. So, got about 5 minutes to go here. And again, I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Chris, thanks for hanging out all night, man. I wish this was one that I would like to carry on to many streams to finish building in front of everybody for their entertainment value, but I am just too impatient and I just want to do it. But I am also too tired to do it tonight. It's too late and I have to work tomorrow. So, that said, I will finish up probably Okay. I'll finish up probably Saturday morning, and then I'll post something on as soon as I get it uploaded, as soon as I figure out all that I can do with it. That's pretty cool. That's a nice fit. It's a nice fit right there. You can see that. Some good designing chops there. Oh goodness, this isn't a... I thought this was going to be one of these tail bits, but it's not. Wow, I am super impressed. Yeah, meow. What's up with you, brother? You want some attention? Where'd you go? The cats do not like me being up here. The cat doesn't like me being up here. All right, I think I'm going to call it, unless there's going to be some cool... Nah, it's just more of this stuff. So I'm going to call it for now, but I'll finish this up and post something online as soon as I get it uploaded. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you Sunday, because tomorrow night I'll be working, but Sunday I'll have this available for Beth to build, and we'll be talking more Degrassi. We need to get back into talking about Degrassi and having Beth build stuff. So with that in mind, I will see all of you on Sunday night, and have a great weekend and stay safe. And nope, do that one. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be good to yourself. Drink lots of water. Get in to a habit of doing some outside stuff. Go for a walk. Call your friends. Call your family. Whatever you need to do. Take care. Talk to you later.